Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net. Thanks again for watching. This is your look ahead video on Saturday the 1st of November. Now don't forget that weatherweb.net is kept completely free of charge by you keep on coming back and using the site, watching the videos, using the charts, reading the musings, etc. It means we can put more adverts in front of you, and that's what generates the revenue that keeps the site free of charge. We are a commercial organisation, so we exist to make money, and thanks to you, that's what we're able to do. So let's get on with the forecast. Now you'll have to forgive me just for going on my soapbox for a few moments before we get into the video proper. You'll have heard much talk in the press and in some very reputable locations as well about how 31st of October, Halloween 2014, was the warmest ever recorded in the UK. Gravesend in Kent got up to 23.6 degrees Celsius, with several locations across southeast England beating the previous record. Now remember, I've put together a video on this earlier on in the week, talking about, it was Thursday in fact, talking about how this related to just one day. It just related to the 31st of October, not October as a whole, because actually the warmest temperature in October was on the 1st of October when it got to 29.9 degrees Celsius. I forget which year, when I think it was 2011. And there are many days after the 31st where temperatures actually got warmer than they've been on the 31st of October. So it made a nonsense of the statistics anyway. But what I really doubt, and I can't believe I'm the only one doing this, is that that temperature smashed the previous figure, which was variably between 19.6 and 20 degrees Celsius. Absolutely smashed it by 4 degrees. Now, normally when a record gets broken, you can kind of believe it up to 0.1, 0.2 of a degree Celsius. Getting up to half a degree is sort of questionable, but when you're looking at best part of 4 degrees, I can't be the only one questioning this, surely, in professional meteorological circles, saying that actually those figures of 4 degrees greater appear to be too high. Now, I don't doubt that that's what the thermometer registered, and I don't doubt the sincerity of the people putting these thermometers in, but come on, 4 degrees Celsius difference from what it was previously. That ain't global warming. That's global heat wave nightmare heat from hell, for goodness sake. So what on earth's going on? Well, this is Gravesend here. Let's just think about the location of these stations. Now, a paper was written by Philip Eden et al. A few years ago about Gravesend because it achieved the highest ever temperature recorded in the UK, and it's been questioned several times since due to the location of the station here. But of course Gravesend wasn't on its own yesterday with recording these warm temperatures. Several of them did. So we have to question, is this station location? Is this a change of station? Is this a change of the environment that surrounds these stations, i.e. more built up? So, for example, Heathrow's temperature yesterday afternoon got up to 23 degrees. Now, there's absolutely no doubt that you cannot compare Heathrow temperatures today with Heathrow temperatures 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 60 years ago, because of the urban heat island effect that has occurred there. And I think many of these stations are facing the same problem. And just to put Gravesend in its place here, look, you can see where it's located. So, as in yesterday, when we got this warm south to southwesterly flow, you got some very warm air flowing across Gravesend. Now, it could well be that there was some effect there of heating caused by the air drying out and descending. So, no doubt there was some effect there, but 4 degrees? I mean, that's 4 degrees Celsius above what it was claimed to be previously. Something just ain't right there. And you know, for us to be going on to TV and radio and talking about this being the warmest ever and being encouraged to do so, because don't forget, these guys are actually briefed by senior meteorologists. So they're briefing them that it's okay to go on and say these things. And while the statistics may be correct, the impression that it's giving simply isn't the correct impression and the correct idea that the public should be getting. So, yeah, you can say it was a warm day, but you do have to caveat it by saying we can't really compare these records with records in the past. Gravesend, from what I can tell, the weather station there goes from 1995, so we can only say anyway this particular day was back to 1995. So we're only talking 19 years, which is nothing, is it, in the great scheme of things? Anyway, I've rabbited on enough about that, and I know that you know my thoughts on it. And that's not because I'm some sort of great global warming skeptic. I'm not. I just want the statistics to be right. I want the facts to be right so we can get to the bottom of this and we can compare like with like data. If you've got 24 degrees for yesterday going into the global climate statistics, and even into the CET statistics, so Central England Temperature statistics, that's going to really skew them. So come on, guys, let's get real. Let's have a look at what this data's doing, what it's saying. Have we got the stations in the right place? Can we really be making these comparisons? Right, okay, yes, I do feel better for that. Thank you for asking. So, on to today's chart. Got cold front moving away from the east just at the moment. Got these fronts moving into the west. They're going to be piling rain eastwards during the course of tonight. And, oh, sorry, I forgot to show you just one chart. Just going back to our previous topic, let me show you this one. These are maximum temperatures for the 31st. These are actual maximum temperatures for 31st of October. And look, widespread, I'll give you that. Widespread, 19, sort of 20, 21 degrees across much of England and Wales. We've got a 22 here at Shivernalook, 21 widely through the Midlands, 23 here at Heathrow. So that spread of temperatures, and there's several in there. This is from the Synoptic Observing Network. There's several in there that I'd question anyway because of change of location. But actually, that's a far more believable spread of temperatures than sticking a 24 on down here and widespread sort of 23s and 24s across the southeast. As I say, got big questions over that anyway, but I just wanted to just to make that point. Okay, back to Sunday. So, front going through overnight tonight, gets stuck across eastern southern parts of England, bringing some pretty heavy bursts of rain on Sunday morning, followed by blustery showers coming in for the west, and incidentally some pretty strong winds running ahead of that front through the course of Saturday overnight to Sunday. Monday sees low pressure still in control, yet another frontal system passing eastwards, bringing further outbreaks of rain during the night, some of it quite heavy, particularly across central and southern areas, blustery showers following into the west. Central areas may not be that bad. And then for Tuesday, low pressure becomes centred off eastern Scotland. More of a north to northwesterly flow developing through the course of Tuesday. And temperatures taking a tumble really through Sunday into Monday and into Tuesday. Really going to be starting to notice how cold it feels through Monday and into Tuesday. Further outbreaks of rain around most of them across northern and western areas. Wednesday may see a brief respite. I think still some showers affecting eastern areas, but a weak ridge building into the west brings better weather here. You saw the front out to the west there, that piling its way eastwards, taking heavy rain, strong winds with it during the course of Thursday, followed by blustery showers. Sunshine and showers for Friday, followed by an unsettled weekend. Now, what about what goes on beyond that? Well, low pressure looks to be in control. If we just do a comparison of the charts, this is the Canadian GEM. You can see here low pressure certainly dominating things. We've got that trough there in the 500 millibar flow. ECMWF showing the same thing again. This is for the 11th of November, so 10 days' time. There's the trough. ECMWF operational, got the trough in there too, splits it off, puts a cut-off low down into the southern Mediterranean, and main low up towards the northwest, but essentially it's low pressure trough over the top of us, so unsettled conditions. And the GFS ensemble, well, deep trough there, so just continues with these unsettled conditions right through. And generally the models do agree on where we go with pressure. This is the 10-day pressure pattern from the various different models. You can see generally, look, we're hovering around by 10 days' time. We're still in this sort of 992 going up to 1015 scenario. So that gives us sort of a mean pressure hovering around the 1002 level. So still relatively low, maintaining those unsettled conditions. And you notice here, look in the 850s, a bit of a spike around about the 6th or 7th, but generally we're into cooler conditions with temperatures at 850 around 2 or 3 degrees. Now we're in the season where the North Atlantic Oscillation, the NAO, becomes important and a factor once again. This is the CFS prediction of where the NAO goes. And remember, positive NAO means that we get stronger westerly winds coming across the Atlantic, which tends to keep us in milder conditions but more unsettled conditions. When it goes into negative, that's when we go into cooler conditions because the westerly flow across the Atlantic isn't so strong, or it normally takes us into those sort of conditions. And just interesting to look, see how it stays positive all the way through here, look, until the late part of December, early part of January, and then taking it into negative conditions then. So this hint from the CFS of us tending to slip into those more negative conditions during the latter part of December, although also interesting just to note, look, that through December it keeps us in near neutral conditions too. And just comparing that with the Arctic Oscillation now, this is the measure of the winds at the pole and the strength of the westerlies surrounding the pole. When it's weaker, it means that cold air can drain southwards. When it's in its positive phase, it tends to keep the cold air hanging around the pole. Now, what's interesting about this one is that, again, this is the CFS, but look how it dips briefly into negative territory mid-November, but then slips into this negative territory, look, from the end of November and through much of December. So with a strong NAO and a weak Arctic Oscillation, that suggests that the jet perhaps is going to be strengthened north of the UK and perhaps even over the UK. So could that be hinting at a very, very unsettled December? Strong jets, heavy rain, strong winds, very wet conditions. We'll have to wait and see. Few loads packed in there, so I'll leave you with that for now. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget weatherweb.net is kept completely free of charge by you keep on coming back and watching the videos, using the site, using the charts that we've got on here. It means we can put more adverts in front of you, and it's that generates the revenue that keeps weatherweb.net free of charge. So thank you for doing that. But for now, whatever you're doing, have a fabulous day, keep the sun shining, and bye for now.